talk about this hot button topic. Ciara is in the news again. And it's what we thought exactly. I mean, it's about Future again. Also, she's in the news because she graduated from Harvard. I'll break that
Everybody
all
give a
down. I'll break that all down. And Jada.
Oh, a successful black woman, time to hate on her. Let's do it, guys. It's just about that time.
All
Yo,
right.
this bum ass nigga did not bring me my fucking orange juice. Go ahead, boys.
All right.
We're gonna
All right.
report on
Report.
it.
Report.
The whole milk.
Hold on. Before we start this, Stone, are you a fan of Future's music?
Nah,
Yeah, Future Heat.
Oh,
All
okay.
right.
now I gotta eat some fucking pancakes with a side of Gatorade, dog. This is bullshit.
Pancakes
Classic.
this time
With
of
Ga-
hour.
What else?
So Ciara was actually she actually did a 4-day Harvard Business School program for like it's like it's a 4-day program. That's what she graduated from. It's like
Oh. I thought she got a doctorate or some shit. I'm like, all right, girl. I mean, hey, fuck it, 4 days, man. Do it. Make it happen.
yeah. So
That's more than
it's a 4-day program. It's like for like celebrities and shit. It's like media training and like business
I
and
ain't
shit
spent
like
one
that.
day in Harvard.
So I mean, yeah, you're right. She was very happy about that. She was excited, and Twitter killed her ass for it. Like, bitch, this ain't a real degree. What are you talking about? And also they got on her because she misspelled the word. So they.
Oh, that's a
Hold up.
death
First
sentence.
off, Bush,
So,
we waiting to jump on this, or we just jumping on it now, man?
I mean, you can talk about what I'm talking about so far.
Just some bull. Okay, so first off, motherfuckers, some of y'all niggas walking around like don't. Okay, the way it's presented, sure, because it sounds like she graduated from Harvard and then you find out it was only 4 days, whatever. But if she got some sort of certification or if she's doing something to like further, like she don't need a degree from fucking Harvard. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You need a degree from Harvard. Like the niggas in the comments, like y'all niggas need that shit because y'all not rich. She's rich. What would a degree in Harvard do for her? Fucking nothing. So like, she's just expanding her mind. It's more about the accessing the information and shit. And if she's proud of that shit, why the fuck shouldn't she be, man? It's a motherfucking accomplishment. That program was probably hard as shit, man. Some of y'all
Yeah.
niggas, she spent 4 days in Harvard. Some of y'all niggas ain't spent 1 day in Harvard. So shut up.
And she never.
Yeah, she
and,
spent 4 more days than me.
And
Yeah.
we don't know what the program was really about. It could have been hard. We don't know like what it took to get into the program, so we don't really know all of that stuff surrounding it. So I don't know, but it was like a
Right.
4-day course, and it's mostly for like rich people, celebrities, and whatnot. It teaches them more about business in their industry. I'm guessing.
Well, making a black celebrity more fucking economically literate. I'm all for that shit, man.
Yeah, I
Something to
fuck
throw
with
on
it.
the resume.
Yeah. I fuck with it.
So she got her degree in 4 days and niggas hating on it.
Yeah, niggas are
Right.
hating on it, and like she
They mad
posted.
'cause they paid 130 grand and spent 4 years of their life. They mad. Like don't like you mad. And you ain't and niggas ain't doing. They still paying the shit off. She went there for
Yeah.
4 days and it's beautiful and rich.
Exactly.
And niggas mad.
All right, let's
Also-
come down with the beautiful. Yeah.
Shit. Anybody else on
Man,
the
Morgan, I know you
anybody
was
else?
sexist, dog.
Anybody else on the college
all
thing?
right,
Anybody
relax, don't
anybody
do
else on the college thing? By the way, anybody else got any words on this before I continue? All
Fuck
right.
her.
All right, let's
Damn.
continue. Let's continue right here. So
Was that Morgan?
yeah, it's Morgan said
Yeah.
that.
Oh man.
Where the white queens at?
All right, so she posted up a story. I think it was like 20 or some hours ago, maybe yesterday, and she was talking about going to see the movie Aladdin with her son. The 3D movie, and she was like, "Then we went to the movies to see Aladdin 3D. Future was adamant about wearing his costume, and she spelled the word adamant wrong, and niggas attacked her, of course."
Hold up.
So,
For you slow niggas,
Them 4 days in Harvard really
Wait.
paid off, nigga. Come on, buddy.
Wait. For you slow niggas,
Now,
for you
print
slow
out the
niggas,
brilliant shit. Fuck out of here with that
for
bullshit.
you slow niggas, they talking about Future the baby, not Future the grown man.
yeah. Oh yeah, she got
And
attacked.
Stone, are you being sarcastic with that whole adamant shit? Or are you
Nah,
being
I was
like
being-
dead ass? Like she's stupid as fuck for not being able to spell adamant. It's one motherfucking word.
You know what to spell adamant, nigga?
Oh, Philly, you know the rules of the internet. You misspell one word every
so.
time.
ADAMANT. Yeah? But if I didn't know how to fucking spell that shit, who gives a shit? I'm rich. Like, you know, if I'm rich, shut up. Like, you know what I mean?
No, I mean,
so you co-sign Floyd being illiterate?
The grammar Nazis.
I co-sign Floyd being successful.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, if Floyd cannot spell, he should not be trashed for not being able to spell. He should be applauded for being able to have reached this level of success without being able to spell.
Yes.
You doing you on the whole only support the good part. No, we gotta talk about the bad too.
I'm saying that if a person is not intellectual, or if a person is just doesn't know something and yet they've still been able to achieve success, that's something that should be applauded. Like that doesn't make sense. The reverse of that doesn't make sense. You're gonna trash Floyd despite the fact that even without being able, which first off he can read, by the way, right? But even without reading at a necessarily super high level, like he's been able to achieve a ridiculous amount of success and fame and money, like, and he's been able to perform at the highest level of his sport.
Sounds
you know what I mean? And only recently, but as Bush, boxers ain't been able to read for fucking years. Floyd is not the first illiterate boxer.
You gotta know how to read the box.
That's extremely common. Yeah,
exactly.
That man can't read
Floyd come along and now everybody want to do fucking reading literacy test on all the boxers. That sounds like a good idea. That's stupid.
Yeah.
That's
man
dumb.
couldn't even read drops.
That's like going Albert Einstein was the greatest intellectual of his time, but he ain't had no hands. I bet he couldn't beat me though. Like
you should be allowed to say that.
Talk to me about his stand-up game, his ground and pound. No, that's what I thought. You know what I mean? Like that's dumb. You wouldn't judge an intellectual by those standards. Why would you judge an athlete by the standards of a fucking intellectual? That's retarded.
Saying reading on a third grade level is hard. I mean, he should be able to, come on, man.
What you mean?
Like, if he can't read on a third grade level.
Look, if he is not reading on that level, understand the situation that he must, like, either one, he's mentally challenged, which he's probably not, but let's just say he's mentally challenged, which is still, like, anytime another mentally challenged person achieves something at a high level, like whenever the slow nigga make the shot in basketball, when everybody give him the ball and get out the fucking way, niggas applaud the fuck out of him. Ain't nobody run into Mayweather's punches. He had to catch them niggas with them shit. Nobody gave Mayweather no motherfucking breaks.
Let's get off of Mayweather. Let's get back onto it.
Of course you want to dodge that.
Bush getting mad.
Yeah.
Look, all I'm saying is just like every time a black person wants to do some shit, like niggas always want to find anything to take them down. If they rich, then they not smart, and if they rich and smart, then they ugly. You know what I mean? Or if they rich and smart and beautiful, then they Illuminati. Like, you gotta find fucking something.
That's
like
true, though.
That is
That sounds like you talking about Epic, nigga. I don't know about that. Like,
they've been saying Jay-Z Illuminati for the longest.
And that nigga,
he not beautiful.
You talking about Beyonce mostly? Yeah, that's what I thought of when you said that shit.
No, but it's just like when you critique basketball players. Like, you gotta talk about the flaws.
Look.
No.
The Twitter shouldn't have went crazy over this. And let me.
How you go crazy over a word that everybody misspells?
That's the internet, nigga. You ever been in an argument?
If you criticize, here's the thing: if you criticize, motherfucking basketball players, you criticize them about basketball or things that are directly related to basketball. You want to criticize Mayweather, criticize him about his boxing game. You can't, but just do that, right? Keep it to boxing, but don't say that nigga can't read. That's just a whole different universe. That's what the fuck.
I guess being in a whole different universe. Yeah.
Man,
because he can't read in this universe. He can't read in this universe at all.
All right. He could beat your ass though.
I mean, that's debatable.
Hopefully the nigga still can't read.
We can find that out. Link it up.
He's never been nobody made it. He is nobody's top 10 list of best readers of all time or some shit, right?
I see somebody
he's a professional boxer. I can understand if this nigga was a motherfucking librarian or some shit, and it was like, oh, he's a fucking phony. He can't read. Like, I can understand, but he is a professional boxer. Like, the fuck, man? Y'all niggas weird, man. Judging niggas,
Saying somebody can't read is weird. Yes.
y'all find anything to pull a nigga down, man. Fucking. I saw Stoney. I saw Stoney the other day. Fucking, you got Jada Pinkett Smith, a successful actress in her own right, beautiful black woman, and is changing the game with these red table talks or whatever.
Beautiful.
And he said, man, look at her motherfucking jaw. Look at her jaw.
A jaw is something else, though.
I did not say that specifically. A nigga in the chat said that. I just happened to agree with him. What's the problem? You can't point out. You can't
hide that blame, dog. You agree with it, so you.
Hold on, Stone. You also call her a man too, Stone.
I did not say that. You gotta find the proof. You got proof?
let me go screenshot it.
You're saying a lot of shit, but you ain't got no evidence.
While we work on that screenshot, Bush, man, what's the topic, dog?
All right, so
I forgot what we did.
I mean,
you went on a rant. We couldn't understand I don't even know what the topic is at this point.
We were talking about Ciara. Like the first thing I brought up was just something small. We came here to talk about our comments about Future and their relationship. Really, I mean, I just brought that up because that was some other shit that was in the news that people were talking about. I just wanted to bring that up. So yeah, we got the tabletop shit. I got to watch together. I'm gonna pull that up for y'all. It's the same link, so just go to that same link.
Are we watching the whole thing?
No. It's a clip. So.
Well, let me go watch it.
You can't deny that Jada need to cut that fucking fro top or whatever she got on top of her head, man.
Your cheesy ass head ain't fucking talking.
Like scrambled egg on the top of her head and shit. Like, get the fuck out of with this shit, fluffy ass bitch. I don't like that. I apologize. I don't mean to say. I gotta really clear myself from saying bitch. I apologize. Beautiful
man,
black
everybody can't turn PC now. We need one guy to stay on the right.
But she a black woman. There's a difference between that. Like, she a beautiful black queen. Like, we gotta.
All right, well, we gotta stop this queen talk.
You who's talking about white queens though?
They're the only one that can be queens.
Yeah, niggas keep saying Jada look like Iron Man. Who started that shit? Who started that shit, man?
Anubis did, man. Shout out to my
look.
brother.
Hey, I don't want to hear nothing. She look better than half y'all mamas, dog. Stop that shit. Stop it.
What the fuck?
Stop it. Stop it. Like, stop slandering this black woman, man.
Exactly, man. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and
like
y'all simps.
I'm just saying, she look better than your ugly ass sisters, your cousins. Like, just let Jada like live, man.
We can't point out flaws, nigga.
Yeah.
We can't say nothing.
Niggas be out here fucking 4s and 5s, and then when they get on the internet, they turn into just like the highest, like they only fuck with the highest tier bitches, man.
Yourself. What the fuck you talking
Jada's
about?
Jada's a regular chick, man.
A regular basic ass chick. Let's get that straight. Thank you for saying that.
So don't call her no queen, man.
Hey,
did she ever say she was a beauty queen? Did she ever say I'm a beauty queen? Like, fucking worship me for my beautiful appearance? No.
Say nothing
I swear, y'all niggas be on some homo shit sometimes. Y'all be like, man, look at her eyebrows.
We be on homo stuff.
A nigga should not be that overly concerned casually with a woman's fucking appearance. Like, you shouldn't be like, oh, look at her jaw, look at her fucking. You see that? Oh my gosh, do you see that hair?
You
like the fuck?
Hey yo, can we
caping hard?
Can we
bro.
watch the video? Hey yo, chill.
Don't
Can we watch the? Let's get to the video, dog. See,
I'm just like the only people overly concerned.
Black women, like, get the fuck out of here, man.
Watch this. Who's the most concerned?
They be calling us buster ass niggas all day, dusty ass. But we can't say shit back. Like, get the fuck out of here with that.
Who is the most critical of black women? Other black women. And y'all niggas is right up there with them, dog. Like, you acting like the shit that you criticize.
We can't say nothing. We can't say nothing. We can't say nothing.
We can't criticize.
I'm not saying you can't say nothing. But there's clearly something we're talking about here. And this is not a runway show. This is not America's Next Top Model. All right? This is a fucking, like, this is supposed to be, at least in theory, an intellectual conversation.
We only supposed to talk about that one thing that she's talking about. The one topic
Look, nobody's ever called. Here's my thing. Ben Shapiro go on the show or fucking do an interview, nobody be out here like, oh, this. Hold up, nobody ever be like, this ugly ass nigga Ben Shapiro again. Oh my god.
Yes, they do.
No, that's not the first thing you're gonna say. You're gonna be like, oh, okay, here's for some more conservative bullshit or something like that. But you're not just gonna criticize this nigga Ben Shapiro appearance off the gate, like out the rip.
That's not what Stone did either. He said, oh, here we go with this simping stuff. That's the first thing Stone said.
Niggas, first off, hold up. Hold on. We're giving reference. Hold on. I'm replying to Maury. We're giving reference. Nobody's seen that. Let's not reference shit that was talked about in the actual text chat because they only hear what the fuck we talking about here. When we linked this video, he's already started with this whole hair bullshit. Like, but if this was motherfucking like any if we linked another fucking guy or some shit like that, or conservative guy, unless they was like really on some extra shit, he wouldn't even make a comment about it.
Yes, I would. I absolutely would.
I feel like, look, I'm not caving, but I feel like y'all niggas got some deep-seated fucking like hostility towards black women.
Not this.
Like it's women, and then it's actually no. I'm all for criticizing black women, but like y'all niggas be doing that shit out the fucking. Like I feel like it's a result of fucking trauma. And honestly, that shit is fucking weird. Like that shit be coming out of nowhere.
Being traumatized is weird.
Roast the black man niggas straight off the gate.
No, this shit is.
Can I get my point out? Or you gonna keep talking over me, nigga?
God damn, you sound like fucking Truth, man. Every time a nigga get mad, he turn into fucking Truth. God damn. Can I talk?
See what
cut this nigga mic. Pull the plug on this shit.
What you saying, you dusty Philly ass nigga? Anyway,
God damn, come on. I'm Dusty, but you from fucking New Mexico, nigga. Get the fuck out of here, dog. Old cactus head ass nigga. Fuck out of here. I'm Dusty, but we got proven facts that your elbows dried in a bitch. Your elbows is dried in a bitch. You got a whole alabaster sitting between your thumb and your index finger, nigga. Fuck is you talking about, dog? You dry head ass nigga. God damn. Dusty ass nigga, dog.
You shouldn't have said Philly, Stone.
Oh, shit.
That's a sensitive topic.
Can we watch the fucking video finally? Shit.
Never.
Talking about we traumatized. Philly traumatized about roasting Philly.
Somebody post a close up of this nigga lips look like Saudi Arabian shit on Israeli head ass nigga. Fuck out of here, dog. God damn.
I don't know who Stone's horse is, but they keep donating. Shout out to you.
God damn.
Stone's hurt. He said the Spurs hurt.
This is the kind of help I need.
Yeah, that's true. They trade away their two best players.
Oh shit!
He got the rarest type of bacteria behind the back of his ear and shit, man. Fuck out of here, you dirty ass nigga.
Dirty as fuck, but you Mexican bitch with no condom on the balcony, nigga. Keep talking about me, bro.
Oh, come on now.
This nigga fucking Stone was patient zero of fucking Ebola, dog. Your gums is fucking purple, nigga. Why is you talking to me, nigga? You need to eat a goddamn.
Oh my god.
Eat a mango or something, nigga.
Goddamn war going on.
Goddamn Stone, the only nigga in 2019 about to get scurvy, you underfed ass nigga.
What Naruto had with the talk no juice?
Goddamn teeth falling out head ass nigga. Fuck out of here, you from Arizona.
I know your dick about to fall
you
off,
from
man.
fucking New Mexico, goddamn.
Riding, bro. That shit that damn word from the walk.
Goddamn, and you ride a fucking skateboard in 2019. Fuck is you talking about, dog? Old Lupe Fiasco, kick push ass nigga, dog.
You.
Nah, Black, don't jump in.
And last night, this nigga tried to do a kickflip in a car, bust his ass, tried to act like that shit ain't hurt, dog. I know that shit hurt.
Why you hiding your son, Philly? You hiding
what you talking about? I'm hiding a child. I ain't got nobody. Fuck out of here.
Hiding behind a child.
Hey, yo, can we get to the fucking video? Jesus.
Not Drake.
See what I'm saying? Every time, this nigga got some trauma, and then every time you try to peel back the layers, they start freaking out. That's what fucking hurt niggas do. They be like, oh, no.
That's you.
Fuck out of here.
Oh, man.
You can say the same thing about you every time we talk about Philly. When
Black talk about
it.
me not jumping in, but there you go.
Look, if y'all want to talk shit about Philly, cool. I'll help you talk shit about Philly, but not from bum ass niggas from places that are worse than Philly, like Baltimore and motherfucking Boise or wherever the fuck. I can't name a city in Arizona, dog, or New Mexico.
Baltimore don't got a neighborhood. That is a fact.
Hey yo, can we let's get to the table talk.
Baltimore is a neighborhood. Nigga, what the fuck are you talking about?
Never been called that, bro. But
Fuck that.
That's unconfirmed.
The color for your team is purple. I don't want to hear that shit, man. You talking about you ain't got no neighborhood?
Hey, nigga, the fuck?
Purple mean gay.
Yeah, purple is gay.
Since when?
I mean,
Purple been gay. The fuck?
Come on, y'all niggas. If I gave you a full purple fit to wear, you gonna rock that shit?
no.
You gonna wear a full green? You gonna wear a full green, nigga?
I'll wear the full green one before I wear the full purple one.
Oh my god.
Depends on what shade of purple, nigga.
Hey yo, can we get to the topic at hand? Jesus Christ. Fuck.
We haven't even been talking about this shit for half of the
Never getting there, nigga.
Goddamn roast war happened.
Man, see, man, I shouldn't let y'all goddamn ignorant ass niggas in, man. That's what I'm talking about. See,
Bush,
can't never have shit,
we need
man.
to. This is why we need to do this shit in the hangout, because then you can just mute niggas, dog. You can't do that shit in Discord. Oh, I mean, maybe you can in Discord. I don't know.
Can you?
I think since he the host, he probably can, but
He should have let niggas just roast, then go to the fucking live stream shit, bro.
No, when we started, niggas started roasting.
yeah, y'all was roasting, and we couldn't get it started.
We ain't getting no cue until halfway through the roast, though.
Oh my god.
Man, as soon as you join, he said the topic.
You know Philly never gonna stop, bro.
Dog, I ain't say shit in the past like 2 minutes, dog. These niggas still doing.
Let's watch the video, please. Let's play the video.
All right, go ahead.
As that idea, because I think that's a pivotal.
Shut up, dog.
Very pivotal. I think becoming a single mom was a start of that. Right. I would have moments when I'd be in the shower and I'd be crying. Like I was like, I have few moments I'd be crying, different settings. Crying in the bedroom, crying in the shower. Right. Crazy. And I'd be like crying because I am not in the happiest place and
hold on.
Yeah.
What was the most
Jada's mom or some shit?
I don't know. I think so. Yeah.
So it's like 3 generations of Pinkets and shit.
Nigga, have you never seen this fucking shit at all? It's literally one of the biggest things in pop culture, and you had no idea about this fucking show.
I'm not a 30-year-old single black woman. No, sir. I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
How the fuck? You don't need to be a 30-year-old single black woman to know that this show exists and to know the basic dynamics of it. They don't fucking interview Kid Cudi, the nigga you try to pretend to be in your life. They interview that nigga Kid Cudi, the nigga that you worship, nigga. Like
you were watching this shit.
They had Aisha Curry. Did you not hear any of that? Did you do a topic on that?
Yeah, we did.
Pants on Philly.
And Will Smith, dog. Fire.
This nigga got some shitty ass short-term memory.
Hold on, that's not a fact, Black.
I said they had Will Smith.
Look, anyway, yes, it's for the niggas who on the same tip as fucking Stone. It's 3 generations. It's Jada Pinkett mom, Jada Pinkett, and her daughter Willow Smith. Willow ain't got no goddamn reason to be on that motherfucker. She got no life experience.
That's Stone Crush, dog. Stone been hawking on that chick, dog.
On Willow Smith?
Yeah.
But she cute, but if she can.
That nigga posted like 5 pictures of that bitch in a row, bro.
I ain't finna roast that. If you like Willow Smith, that's a roast in and of itself. I'm not even
All right, let's go.
Let's just run this shit, bro.
You posted an underage Sasha Obama.
This man Mike cut his mic.
Yeah, you did post that Obama daughter.
Right?
I said that the younger Obama daughter is a prettier female than the older one. The older one got a forehead as long as Obama's double term. That bitch forehead.
Wait, how you gonna be dissing a black woman? You was just defending one, bro.
No, I said that she has a big forehead. This is fact.
So can't say Jada got a fucked up job.
I said no. Nobody look. They said the question at hand was who looks better out of the Obama's daughters. I said the younger one is the prettier of the 2. That was the topic at hand.
That's all you had to say, though.
We were not talking about what are their opinions? Oh, that ugly ass bitch. I'm not trying to hear that. Nobody said that. Bush, press play, dog.
No, he trying to dodge the conversation.
Right, well, he could have just said one look better. He had to say, he got a forehead bigger than Rhode Island.
Press play. Press play, man.
He said her forehead longer than Obama's 2 terms.
Right. It's crazy. And I'll be like crying because I am not in the happiest place and it hurts when I'm going through it.
What was the most painful aspect of that?
The most painful.
Was it the breakup? Was it the idea of being a single parent?
It was a combination of everything.
Right.
Because none of it was ideal.
Yeah, it wasn't what you pictured.
I grew up with my mom and my dad being together. The idea of it being mommy and daddy that made baby.
Yeah.
And then also you're living your life in front of the world.
Yeah.
And that adds a whole other
Little,
layer.
shut the fuck up, man. I want to take my shoe off, throw it at that
They gonna
bitch.
roast me. Here they come in
You
the
mean
comments.
woman.
I'm not taking pride. Like, you know, all that stuff, you know, it's real. You can't help but to think of it. The one thing I fear in life is really wasting my life, wasting my time. I really fear that because you realize that time does not stop. And it will be the worst scenario to stay in a situation that is just not healthy. It's not going to get any better. I've realized I have to start making different decisions. Period.
Sometimes you don't actually know what you want, but
Sometimes
like you said, you know what you don't want.
Yes, you know what you don't want. And that, knowing what you don't want is really important.
half the battle.
That's more than half. Right? No, for real, because it creates clarity. You're like, I'm clear. So then when you know what you don't want and you see that image, you're like,
exactly.
I don't want that. Like, I'm so clear. I know checking. When I was thinking about my son, I know what I want to feel. Like,
Sound
I
like
know
a
the
whole
kind
lot
of
of
love
bullshit.
like, that I want from us.
Yes.
Right? And I think it's important to
Stone
understand it too, because
fucking blood
even sometimes
boiling
you
right
give
now,
people on
bro.
earth more power than they should have. And that's important, right? Who are you
Empowered,
surrounding yourself
confident
with?
black
Those
woman.
moments, and sometimes your friends will send you up in the flame.
Yes, they will.
And down the drain.
All right.
Oh, this wasn't even a clip from it. It's from somebody else's YouTube channel.
Yeah, I couldn't find an actual clip, man, so we had to use somebody else's shit. So,
You gonna credit them or not?
no.
I stand with Bush.
Of course you would.
What you mean? I ain't always on your side now.
Hold up. I mean, she said some other shit about Future, how Future was there for the baby. I think that's what got Stone heated in the in the Discord.
No, I don't think she said anything about. She never mentioned him by name
No,
ever.
she said Russell was there for the baby.
Yeah, Russell. Yeah, she said Russell. Yeah.
She never. All she did was talk about her previous situation and how while she was reluctant to, I guess, file for divorce or separate, and she just wasn't happy in that situation. She never said it was the other nigga's fault. She just wasn't fucking happy.
Yeah. Said she was crying everywhere and shit like that. Yeah.
And some niggas got problems with the way that she, I guess, said that. And then also, there's another clip where she goes into kind of detail about the efforts that Russell Wilson was putting into helping her raise her son Future.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know, this shit made Stone's blood boil, and to this day I don't fucking understand why. So I'm just let that man talk.
Shit. Stone, do you have a response to that? Because you were calling Russell Wilson a simp, I think, in the Discord.
Why you asking like you didn't know? A simp? Question mark?
I mean, that nigga not saying anything. Like, oh, where you at, dog?
Might have overdosed.
I think you
Now
tired
when it's time to talk about some shit, you want to mute yourself.
Hold on, he deafed himself. He can't even hear us.
He ain't want to hear them black queens.
Don't play, bro. He said I can't hear, nigga. You muted yourself.
No, I don't think that happens. Like,
hello,
what's up?
Look, just talk about how you feel. Talk about how you feel about the dead. We done already fucking set you up to talk about your what you think about Ciara and that whole talk, man.
Hello.
You hear us? Yeah, nigga. Yeah.
I can't hear these niggas, man.
I mean, you said Russell Wilson was a simp, man. We wanted you to explain.
Hello?
Funny his fucking mic. Yes, nigga. Hello.
Okay, I can hear y'all now. What's up?
Hey.
All right. We done already just talk about how you feel about the Ciara thing.
Give your position.
Like I said, it's just more so with Ciara. I understand you're in a better situation now and shit like that. My biggest thing is it's been known history out there that whenever she talking about Russell Wilson, as far as I feel like whenever she talking about Russell Wilson and how good of a man he is or how good of a father is, it's more so to throw shade and shit on Future name when that nigga is actually in that kid's life. It would be different.
All right, hold on.
It would be different to me if that nigga wasn't in that kid's life, if he was just fucking around, sipping codeine all day and like not hanging out with his little kid and shit. But he is hanging out with his kid. Like, come on, don't be doing that shit. Like, don't be throwing that type of shit in another man's face like that. Give him that respect.
I have a question, Stone. At no point in his interview does she mention this nigga Future.
I know that. I know. No, that's the
right.
Nigga,
right.
But we know what
and number two, like all she does is say positive things about Russell Wilson. And what then, so is she not able, how then can she highlight the good things, the overwhelmingly good things that she feels like this man has done for her life and for her child in a way that, according to you, doesn't look like shit talk on Future? How can she do that? Or is she not allowed to highlight that due to her past relationship?
I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that.
What is it?
I say, give that nigga that credit. Just be like, the shit didn't work out with Future or my old situation. Cool. And she said that in this. It didn't work out with my old situation. Cool. He's still doing his thing with his what's it called? His son. He's still involved in his man's life. But this new nigga.
Why does she need to talk about that? Why does she need to give that disclaimer? Why is she responsible for that? For listing whatever the things that, like, she's no longer involved with that man Future.
I'm saying she don't have to list, but you don't have to also throw that shit into that other man's face like that. That's my biggest.
Nobody's throwing it into like that. Here's the dumb shit. Like I'm sorry. Like, normally I don't like to call shit dumb, but here's my thing, right? If a female would have just come in here for some reason, and we talked about this, but if a female were to come into this chat for some reason and start giving Bush compliments, like, you know what, you're intelligent, Bush. I like you're charismatic. I like the way you do your podcast and shit like that. Like,
imaginary as fuck.
If my reply to that is, bitch, I'm charismatic. What you mean? Like, that is the response of an insecure nigga.
Exactly, man.
Like, that is whenever niggas is not talking about you and they're talking good about somebody else, and you feel like that's a shot to you, you're insecure.
My biggest thing,
you know what I mean?
Is this the biggest thing?
Or you a dick rider, man. That's another.
Oh my god. Is this the biggest? Hold on. Is this the biggest thing that she can contribute to the Red Talk? Is this what her career has become? When we come to the Red Talk, I understand the whole concept is to talk about insecurities and deep feelings in itself, right?
Nigga, ain't nobody struggling going to the Red Talk. This ain't no fucking Dancing with the Stars, nigga. What the fuck you talking about?
And then what more is like,
niggas gonna play tag team now.
People are famous for the things that they've done, like, or for the things that they're involved in. Like, she's
famous for dating Russell Wilson at this point.
No, it don't. Why does a person, first off, need to be famous for one specific thing? Ayesha Curry had I think a book, has like the whole cooking thing, but is also clearly famous for being Steph Curry's wife, right? Yeah. So Ciara, before she had met Future, before she had met Russell Wilson, was already famous in her own right, and still that catalog didn't fucking disappear. Then she messed with Future, then she messed with Russell Wilson, and all those things came together to bring her to the level of whatever you want to call it, prominence or celebrity that she's currently at. Why do you need to be so dismissive of that and be like she's only? It's just, go ahead.
From the point of her relevancy from her music career, would you think that if it just stopped at her music career from whatever peak that she is, would she still be on this Red Table Talk as she right now?
Why
she wasn't dating Russell Wilson?
Why do we need to create these? Why do we need to create these? Why do we need to create these hypothetical situations to disqualify her from
trying to give you to understand?
Also, her last album was pretty successful. I mean, it got like it sold a good amount. Like, I think got went gold or some shit. I don't know.
It went gold.
My fucking statement. My whole point is I'm trying to get you to realize the relevancy of Ciara at this point. If she wasn't dating Russell Wilson, hold up. Let me finish. If she wasn't dating Russell Wilson, if she wasn't having all that information out with Future and they're out, and they're falling out on the internet, being a part of her fame and infamousy, would she be on that Red Table Talk talking about this at that point? Would she?
She is not like if the point you're trying to make is she's using this to try to, I don't know, to keep her career or
Not even.
celebrity like afloat or something.
Not even
Like that. I feel like she could be doing much more direct things to make this a hot button topic. I feel like she's very carefully not dropping names, not making comparisons, and not talking about specific instances when she clearly could.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's what a person who might, she's not even referring to this man by name,
Exactly.
I got
right?
you.
Like
She could have really exposed this
if
nigga, man.
I could see if she was like,
I need you to be on the side right now. Like anyway, like
oh
and I understand it. I understand what you're saying in that regard and in that placement. But my biggest issue is whenever I hear of Ciara or whenever I see of Ciara, it has something to do with being Russell Wilson's wife, raising Future, like Future the son, and then whenever in contention for some reason or way, and it's might not even be on Ciara's fault in itself. Like there's always this backlash of Future, of always this backlash of Future not being a good father, Future not being in his kid's life when they don't know that.
I think ultimately this comes from a misunderstanding of what the fuck the table talk is there for. The table talk is there to talk about your life, experiences in your life, in a way and in a manner that will let other people relate to you and learn something from your experience. It's literally you go on there. Kid Cudi went on there. He talked about his past drug experience, and that's not you. Like nobody's saying like every time I hear about fucking Kid Cudi, it's about fucking doing drugs, man, and shrooms and hallucinogens and shit. Like no, like he talked about his music career and then also the shit that he went through, the mental stuff that he's gone through. When Will Smith was on there, he talked about the shit that when Will Smith and like Will Smith's ex-wife was on there, they talked about the whole history that they had. Ciara's got to go on there and talk about what she's been through, and that's what she's been through. And she didn't talk about it in a way. Like I don't. What is she supposed to do on that show?
My question is
that's what the show's there for.
You said it in your argument in itself. Kid Cudi, Will Smith for what's it called? Kid Cudi just for being like depressed and stuff like that. You know him for his music. You know him from X, Y, and Z. For in terms of Ciara and her relevancies in the last years, in the last whatever decade, I want to say decade or so, it's always been in contention. Or whenever I hear about her, it's always been in contention of her and Future and her relationship with her son and Russell Wilson. That's my biggest.
Recently, on platforms that Ciara has elected to go on, she has not brought this shit up. She only brought it up in this specific situation because that is the nature of this show. Do you get that?
Yeah, now
like,
I'm saying, but I understand it. I definitely understand it. But my biggest thing is,
in theory. Hold on a second. In theory, the point is by explaining the history, like regardless of how you feel about Ciara and Future, there or even Russell Wilson, there's a lesson in there. There's something that somebody might need to take from that. Either a female that's in a relationship that's married that is not happy with their marriage, maybe someone who's looking at a new partner and is wondering, is this person gonna accept my child? What should I expect from that person? Like things like that. And that's who it's for.
But if that's the case, if that was the platform is for, and you know in the recent news and cycles, whenever it's being talked about you, why would you accept something like that? Why would you accept?
Because what people choose to say about her has nothing to do with her, and they're going to continue to talk about that no matter what she does. Every picture she posts with Russell Wilson saying, "Oh, I love this man. This man is such a great father." They're just gonna bring up Future anyway.
Right?
Like it doesn't.
I understand that to a degree. There's
she even mentions it. She mentions it in the video. She was like, "This comments like she was like, I was afraid that after we broke up, I was gonna be, trending and mean and shit like that."
We got a couple comments here. Duff Racer said, "Why is she talking about this in the first place, though? Just to play devil's advocate? She been with Russell Wilson." Duff Racer also says, "Why is all the news regarding her always revolved around Russell Wilson taking care of the baby Future? I think that's the point he's trying to make. Elusive Savage says Ciara is worth Supersonic Promise, Like You, Body Party, Dating Bow Wow, being Future BM, and possibly having a pipe back in the 2000s. Death Racer says,
there
it
was a
seems
rumor
like an
that.
obvious shot. So those are the comments.
What do those comments fucking mean?
Yeah, I don't know what Lilith was trying to say.
Some of those are just
I don't know.
Some of those were just a series of fucking events. Like one, like if the only time we hear about Ciara is in regards to Russell Wilson or possibly even to Future, to reply to I think it was Death Racer, I don't know, to reply to the one person's comment, that is not indicative of Ciara as a person. That is indicative of our media. They will take a story, if they see a story, and put it out there. If she posts about Russell Wilson, they'll take that and then they'll be like, look, black love.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
None of this is really new. She never put herself out there like that. Same with Aisha.
My thing is, I understand, but when I'm saying that, I understand that the media is meant to circulate around drama. The media is meant to circulate around the fire. But my biggest thing is there's certain things that happen in people's past, and what they do in the future with their fame can take away from that. I'm trying to give you. I was trying to think of a good example of somebody doing some fucked up shit in the past, but in recent years.
Well, Chris Brown kind of stayed doing fucked up shit. Chris Brown, he making crazy ass posts, throwing bottles at niggas, punching bitches and shit, like threatening hoes. Like,
Chris Brown not a good example.
I could understand if this was Chris Brown, but in Ciara's case, it feels like she doesn't really do anything except try to live her regular life, and the ghost of the relationships of her past just kind of haunt her. And I don't think that's her fault. You can't get mad at Ciara for that shit. What is she supposed to do? Like she is a icon, or if you don't want to say an icon, like at least a prominent pop culture person. And you can't. What do you want? What do you want from her? To just don't ever post about fucking Russell. Don't post. Don't even think about posting about your son, bitch. Like, just stay in the fucking.
No. I have no issue with me personally. I have no issue with her posting. That's her husband. That's her guy. Like what the fuck? Like, what type of shit is that? My biggest thing is just like, in terms of. I'm just more sort of thinking in terms of referencing.
I'm more happy. I'm just gonna be the last thing I say before we gotta get past the rock. I like almost everything about what Ciara is saying. I think Ciara's kind of. I feel like, as an aside, all of the chicks, like all of the women, excuse me, in this table talk are kind of bogus. It feels like they're really talking in a way that's kind of plastic, and I don't.
It's a pat on the back. It's a pat on the back show. That's what it's meant.
They were like, "Girl, I wasn't able to understand at that time
I mean, that's the
what I needed or what I wanted," and I'm just like, "Oh fuck, man." They sound like a conscious nigga trying to, like, you know what I mean, trying to like expand your mind. But I fuck with the fact that I fuck with the fact that we're seeing a happy black woman in like, not, I don't want to say the news, in the media, kind of dispelling that whole image of angry black woman. Like, this is a happy black woman who's not only happy but is talking like good stuff about her husband, like valuing the hard work of men, which also doesn't fucking happen all the time. And not only that, but it's talking about how good he is as a father, as a black man, publicly. When, like, we always get dragged and down for that, just on a fundamental level, regardless of how you feel about the individual people in this situation, I fuck with it as a whole. Like, that's what I feel like we need more of, regardless of the fucking reason, man.
Yeah, I fuck with that. I wanted to touch on also, you said that nigga was a simp. Russell Wilson.
Bush got the file.
Out, bro. Bush.
Hey, we got some screenshots here.
I told you.
The screen, the evidence.
I told you Bush was a female Wendy Williams, dog. Like, this nigga really trying to.
Female Wendy Williams.
That's fact, low key.
We don't
I ain't looking
slander women looks like that on this show, man.
Morgan, man, send him the screenshot, dog. Put the shit on the big screen.
Bush posting links in the chat of I apologize, of men, women shaking their ass. Of men shaking their ass and then the dick falling out. Like,
first of all, I did not post that. I just asked for the name. That's all I asked for. And I posted on Twitter, man. That was a comment I made on Twitter, man. It was all jokes, man. All right. I mean, I didn't post
you was asking for a tranny's name.
It was you know how niggas ask for people's names on under the porn videos. It was clearly a joke, man. Like I did it on Twitter.
But you knew it was a trap, right?
I don't know what you burst at.
Yeah. You'd be a different type of breed sometimes.
And I quote, dicks are feminine, Bush.
I never said that, man.
Yeah, we got that screenshotted.
Hold on, since we
quoting, also say penises are more pleasurable than vaginas.
Since we quoting, and I quote from Stone.
Oh my God.
There was a clip of Ciara saying the positive stuff about Russell Wilson, and he was like, simp nigga supreme or some shit like that. I think he said something like that.
Extra simp.
Yeah, extra simp. I almost threw up in my mouth. When it was just a clip of her saying positive things about Russell Wilson.
I didn't say almost. I said I threw up in my mouth, though. I said,
go.
You might just be a big ass fan of Future, man. Or I mean,
not even a fan of Future. Future,
I asked you beforehand. You said he was fire.
He's fire, but I'm not
question.
making it seem like I got like a Future catalog. I got like a shrine of Future in my house.
I feel like if you feel any type of ways about Ciara, first just stop. Ask yourself, do I got Future dick in my mouth? And at the point where, if the answer to that question is yes, just sit down, have a seat. And if you feel like the answer is no, the answer is actually yes. You got Future dick in your mouth. Have a fucking seat, man. There's no reason.
Women.
There's no reason. Like you should either be like, oh, okay, I fuck with what she doing, or you should just not give a fuck about Ciara. I feel like that's the fucking. There's no reason to hate Ciara, in my opinion.
Unless you like Future.
No reason.
Mm-hmm. Unless you love Future. I like Future and I don't hate Ciara.
Right,
unless you wanted to be Ciara when Future gave
with all
her
that being said, man.
Hold on, is there a black woman that you hate?
Oprah.
Not off the top of my like
no way.
The first thing that came to my mind was like Wendy Williams, but I don't really hate her. No, off the top of my head, no.
What about
What about
Raven Simone?
So Candace Owens?
No.
Yeah, Candace Owens.
Candace Owens, I kind of fuck with Candace Owens.
Oh yeah, you're a Ben Shapiro fanboy. I forgot.
I call it what it is. You're an Ultron fanboy. That's worse.
Why you yelling? That's your title on the stream. Don't yell at me.
This nigga Morgan called God of Facts. That's a fact. The biggest lie. That's the biggest lie.
That's a fact. What you mean?
Is that all wrong? That's irony, bro.
Look, he asked for it, man. I just made it. Fuck it.
I don't think anybody should necessarily hate anybody that hasn't had a real effect on their lives.
Yeah.
But off the top of my head, no, I can't think of a black woman that like I strongly dislike. There are white actresses that I dislike because I feel like for two reasons. Like I feel like a lot of Hollywood is very fake, and I feel like that they have like Jennifer Lawrence, because I feel like she was so much a product, and she was like pushed so hard to be relatable.
You talking about a plant?
And yeah, she was like a plant, and I didn't really fuck with that, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm tired of seeing her on TV. And then I feel like the chick that Brie Larson, the chick that plays Captain Marvel and shit. Somebody made a comment. I don't know if we posted this shit in the chat, but they was like, if you really want to see more diversity in Hollywood, quit your job, like quit your role and give it to a black woman, like a black queer woman. Like if you really want to see more diversity.
That's stupid.
But no white actress wants to do that shit, right? They want to see more diversity, but they don't want to get a role to a minority.
Look, man, I mean, it shouldn't be up to them. It should be up to the fucking people that do the casting, man. Like, I mean, And they got to eat too at the end of the day, so I can't really expect that from every
man,
actor.
fuck out of here. So the white men, everybody gotta eat. Like anyway, no, that I would say those kind of types of people. Like I would even say Queen Latifah when the Jussie Smollett thing came out, and she was like, somebody was interviewing Queen Latifah. They said, Queen, what do you think of this man, Jussie? She's like, I'm not gonna talk bad about Jussie. I'm just gonna say let's wait till all the facts are in. All the facts wasn't. That's how I know she Black Illuminati. All the facts was in. And everybody knew that this nigga did it.
Hold up. Contradiction.
Jussie,
Then you just say you can't be saying Black Illuminati and shit like that, man. Earlier in this conversation,
nigga, Jussie got off, dog. That's I'm saying you can't label just successful people with Black Illuminati, like, or you can't. I'm not saying you can't. You can do whatever the fuck you want, but I feel like that's the tool that people use to take stuff away from famous people. That was some bullshit. What happened with Jussie was bullshit, and I still can't explain it to this day.
No, I think the cops fucked up, and they covering up for the cops fucking up. I don't think it has anything to do with Jussie being a kind person, or that somebody higher up got him off. I think the cops fucked up the investigation some kind of way, and they trying to hide that shit. Like, so I think that's really what it was. I don't think it had anything to do with him.
Either way, that shit looked fishy to me, and I just was kind of like, I wasn't rocking with, but I don't hate nobody. No, I'm just really skeptical of a lot of people, and a lot of times I'm just like, just shut up. Like, I don't like it if they're like plants. You know what I mean? I'm kind of tired of Amanda Stenberg too, because I don't know, man. Like she half, but she be going extra hard for like Amanda Stenberg, the chick that was in The Hate You Give, Rue. I'm just kind of like, geez, girl, but your daddy white, like, calm down, relax.
The braid do be acting up.
What the fuck does
I'm just like, man,
your daddy
they be going extra hard sometimes. You be like, chill.
Oh shit.
And then mixed breeds, when they get that nappy hair, they turn militant, dog.
Yeah.
Wait, is Stone still here?
Yes, nigga. Okay. I haven't left the fucking car. Just been quiet for like.
Why you so hostile, man?
I know. Why you so angry?
Hold on. Niggas forgot about the bogus ass comments about Ciara.
Hold on. This nigga Bush got eyes. He can obviously see I'm in the chat. I'm just chilling in the cut, nigga. Like,
Epic here too, man. Epic ain't say shit for like 4 hours.
And he on mute. That's the difference. I'm not on mute. You see my shit flashing up?
No. Oh my god! Well, you just love getting angry for no fucking reason. Anyway,
I know
he attacking you because you're weak. He attacking you because you're weak, man. That's all.
Yo, Morgan might be the king of facts, dog.
God of facts.
No, we will get
because
there.
I'm weak.
This nigga Morgan is the Duke of facts.
Slowly but surely.
Minister of fact.
Yeah, none of you niggas say this shit to my face. I'll fold y'all niggas up, dog.
Oh, you Floyd now? You
Floyd? He gonna fold us.
Niggas, hey, I'll beat y'all ass. the level of disrespect.
Country niggas stress be the funny shit, dog.
The level of disrespect. Anyway, man. God, I'm choking now.
Oh man,
I was just about to say what Death Racer said. Why does this nigga cancel or support? Who was about to cancel Ciara?
Yeah.
Not a cancel word offense.
Maybe Stone, but
Stone.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yo, put him on. Hey man, and I'm tired, man. Fucking. I mean, there was another story at the front that I mean, this could have been a part of too. So I mean,
well, I mean, what the fuck y'all niggas think, man? You ain't even what they think. Morgan ain't even give his opinion yet. It's probably fuck Ciara though.
Let's no comment.
Damn, man.
But I'm still supporting it though.
Oh shit.
Even though she's not a white queen.
Yeah, even though she's not a white queen.
All right, Black, you speak for Epic, man. Cancel the support, man.
if I'm speaking for Epic, man, cancel that bitch.
That's a fact.
He would never call a woman an outright bitch. He call it like a fucking come on.
Cancel that damn monkey that
jungle pussy.
Something like that. Yeah.
That damn poop sport.
All right, I got a headache. Y'all niggas gave me a migraine. All this yelling and arguing and shit.
Told you this old ass nigga needs some Ritalin or some shit like that, man. Go get.
How does that make